Hello everyone! We are going through the Bible to find the importance of Christmas. Today's block is a picture of a little word bubble. Now sometimes you see these in comic books or something, and normally there are words in these bubbles to let you know what the person in the picture is saying. But this one is blank, and for a pretty good reason. So yesterday we talked about how an angel told Zechariah that Elizabeth would have a baby who would prepare the way for God, and how Zechariah told his wife Elizabeth about that by writing it out on a tablet. Now a tablet was a hard piece of clay that you wrote on, sort of like paper but dirtier. So why do you think that Zechariah was writing on a tablet? Well, when the angel told Zechariah that he and Elizabeth would have a baby, Zechariah didn't believe him at first. God had been silent for so long that Zechariah probably thought that God would probably never really speak to them again. And the angel told Zechariah that since he didn't believe him, Zechariah wouldn't be able to speak until the baby was born. So sure enough, when Zechariah walked out of the temple, he couldn't say a word. Eventually, everybody figured it out. Zechariah couldn't talk. So have you ever played the quiet game? It's really hard to sit quietly for like 2 minutes, right? And what about 5 minutes? Can you imagine 9 months without being able to say anything? But Zechariah didn't have a choice. Even though he wanted to talk to people and say things, even if he tried to talk, no words would come out of his mouth. Because you see, God was teaching Zechariah to listen to him and to trust him. And all throughout those 9 months, God was still with Zechariah. Even when it was hard, even when he couldn't speak, even when everyone started to question if he would actually ever speak again, God was with him. And at last, Elizabeth and Zechariah had their baby. And Zechariah must have learned how to listen to God, because the first thing he did was write on a tablet that God said, "Name the baby John." Zechariah had learned to listen to God and to trust him. And the next thing you know, Zechariah could speak again. God had given him his voice back, just like he said. Zechariah could hardly contain his excitement. So the picture of the empty word bubble reminds us how Zechariah couldn't speak until the baby was born. And sometimes we get so caught up in telling God what we want and how we think things should be that we forget to stop and listen to what God is telling us. Now tomorrow we are going to learn about a man who prepared the way for the king. See you tomorrow.